You're such an asshole.
Anonymous writes, "Hi, Aaron. Back at you with another request. Please keep me anonymous. I'm having trouble worrying about what others think about me, specifically within the context of my career regarding LinkedIn. I work at a place in accounting where I do a thing, and I wasn't promoted last year. I have since been promoted this year, but I'm ranked behind my peers," and irrelevant information to the story. Uh, But I'm behind my peers both at work and from college. Some have even received their CPA before me. This has made me feel jealousy and resentment towards them and the profession itself. That's your there's other problems that aren't your problems. Get over that fucking shit right fucking now. You want to go be a jealous Democrat? No, Bobby's got more than me. If you resent people, you hate people because they happen to be luckier than you or maybe even did better than you, which I don't think is the case here. That's a you problem. Better check that fucking shit right fucking quick now. There's always going to be someone better than you. There's always going to be someone who out hustles you. And you should be, dang, you know what, you're here for you and all the Democrats, real or aspiring, which might be your case. Someone's better than you, someone makes more money than you, say, dang, I hope to be like that person someday, or good for them. That's a serious fucking dark spot you got in your psyche there, man. Get rid of it. That's where bad shit happens. I mean, I don't think I've ever like, oh my God, that asshole, he has a nicer car than me. I'm like, look at that nice car that guy's got. Look at, somebody I've never, I mean, unless they were like dickheads to me, in which case I hate them because they're dickheads, not because they're more successful. You're going to be real pissed off if people more successful than you annoy you. So let's cut that bullshit right now. Being held back a year was very embarrassing for me and caused me to deactivate my LinkedIn account out of shame. Given the nature of my career, I think leaving it deactivated may have hurt me in the long run. Probably. I mean, it's not uncommon to be held back a year, is it? This isn't like school. Decided to reactivate it, but I'm having a hard time with comparing myself with my peers. I am working on my CPA, as you know, but what are some strategies you use not to give a fuck what others think? Grow up being a nerd. Grow up getting in fights in school. Realizing what a bunch... Here, let me ask you this. Right now, in the defense of your colleagues that you went to school with and you work with, they're not assholes. Okay? There's no reason for you to be upset with them being more successful in this very short intermediary temporary situation you find yourselves in. We're gonna see people, what is some strategy you use not to give a fuck what others think. All right. So fine, they promoted better than you. The fact they are a year ahead of you doesn't mean their opinion of you matters, right? Maybe you might want to take some professional pointers from them, like, hey, how'd you get promoted? What do you think there's something wrong with my work? That might be a fair and honest question. All right. But those people probably didn't treat you like shit. Where I learned not to give a fuck what people thought was very early on when I realized most people in my life, especially during my childhood, and no, this isn't a childhood thing, it's a fact. Most people during my youth, including young adulthood, maybe even to this day, are assholes. And not only that, they're inferior and they don't know what they're talking about. And the reason they're inferior and they don't know what they're talking about is because of the way they were born or even necessarily low IQ. Is because everyone, especially K through high school, was instilled with the religion, the operating system called popularity. And it is that simple. I'm not making it up. This isn't what I'd like it to be. When were a kid, K through 12, perhaps even a little bit in your 20s, right? You were judged based on how popular you were. Right? And popularity was defined by whatever everybody decided was the cool thing to be. There was no basis in work. There was no basis in value. There was no basis in merit. I mean, it's a school and your kids, so there's no basis in money or profitability. It was what, you didn't have Nike high tops? We got to fight you. You didn't wear the cool shirt. Oh, you didn't do your hair the certain way. We got to fight you. The problem is that doesn't end. And because you're so young, because you didn't graduate that long ago from college or high school. I mean, college is the same thing. Be socialist or we're going to hate you. Be popular. Say popular thing or we're going to hate you. Since you're not too far away from that, people are still carrying that. Shit, people carry that into their 40s. What do you think McMansions are and granite countertops are and fucking leased Beamers are? Be fucking popular. And as I've gotten older, I said, well, wait a minute. What is the tangible intrinsic value? What is the purpose of popularity? There is none. It's just you're doing the popular thing that everybody else wants you to do. It doesn't cure cancer. It doesn't make a company more profitable. It isn't the right or moral thing. It's just popular. It's what a group of people who are frankly normie, conforming, and theories that fit within that Bell distribution curve, who were instilled and raised with the value and the religion of popularity more than Christianity or any other religion might have had in this country, to say, ooh, that's the popular thing. It's a circular reference. There's no value. And to this day, oh, you going to watch the game? No. Ooh, somebody didn't play high school football or bat. Yeah, actually, I did play. Not on the team, but I played. And right now, I could probably beat your ass in the game because I'm not a fat fuck. And that's where, whether now or you're a kid or you're an older adult, that's why you shouldn't give a fuck what anyone thinks about you in this. I can't speak of other countries, but in this country, the one value system you get, the one ethics or code or morality operating system you get is popularity. And it has no anchoring or basis in anything tangible, real, or valuable. To the point you got dipshits buying $80,000 trucks and they're not hauling anything with it. These perfectly pristine trucks and they don't use it to haul anything. Women buying fucking handbags that are $100,000. Now, I'm not saying your colleagues or everyone in your environment are like that, but why? I'm going to guess most people in your world are. Not that everyone's buying a handbag or some penis extender pickup truck. But why do you care what a bunch of people whose only value is to care what other people think and having no tangible value or worth or ethic or improvement decide, what do you care what people think? Especially in America. Even within your profession, right? Your profession, you're at a public accounting firm. I'm not going to say which one. All right. It's all known. Everyone knows it. But I'm not going to say which one. Right? Those people are assholes. Okay. Have you not seen me and Chad Elkins talk at the Elkins Accounting Hour about the Big Four and how they're just trying to screw you over? And the only reason you keep falling for, all you keep falling for going working for whatever, the bulge bracket, the Big Four, whatever, the big tech firms and all that is because it's popular. They pay you shit. They work you to the bone. They treat you like shit and they don't give you a fair shake. Why do you think Chad left the Big Four? Why do you think he went and struck out on his own and did his own accounting practice? Why do you think that's more or less, I wouldn't say the main, but one of the main lessons we try and teach in that course, the world's greatest accounting career, is to get the fuck out from an employer, especially the Big Four, and go work for yourself. Because it's your best interest. Because here's what it is. Popularity at the end of the day is this cult where you're supposed to sacrifice your own best self-interest for the sake of the group to be agreed upon. That you sacrifice the individual for, I can't even call it the commune, but it's the cult. Fuck the cult. What does the cult stand for? Now, if it was a group of people that did something and I really appreciate and they were moral enough, like for example, I'm trying to think of a group of people, if they admonished me, I'd feel bad. Like, oh, I must have screwed up. If I guess if veterans like the American Legion or the VFW, now, I don't know what scenario this would be, but let's say I'm in front of a bunch of veterans at the VFW and I do something wrong and they're all ashamed of me. Because they're real men. They served. They have better ethics and morals. I must have done fucked up. Oh no, my corpo employers gave me a 2 out of 5 on my employee review. Of course they are. Oh no, they held me back. Of course they did. Right? I don't, to be perfectly honest, I don't think your peers give a fuck one way or another. They don't. You obsessing what they think about you, that's a you problem as well. Right? You're not fired. You just got held back. So what? Maybe you're a little slow on some stuff. Maybe this was in your best interest to be held back a bit so you mastered some things better before you went on to whatever promotion it is that the next rank. You're still, what are you? You've already passed one of the 4 exams, so you're not incompetent. So I would say in your field and profession, I think accountants and CPAs are generally better people, not people in charge of the not your employers, but your colleagues. Yeah, they're generally good, but I don't think they have a negative opinion about you. I don't even think they notice. They don't care. I mean, they don't hate you. They don't want you to get hit by a truck. But they probably don't think anything less of you. This is all in your head. But you didn't get promoted like everybody else, but you're still there. To be perfectly honest, somebody who's your boss or super boss or boss's boss or whatever, somebody in there probably doesn't like your shirt. They're probably an asshole. They probably don't like your personality, and your personality might be a little bit different, but it isn't bad. Don't worry about it. You're not going to be there forever. I presume you're going to go off on your own. And you don't want to be working for these big 4 firms anyway, because they're always outsourced. It's just a fucking nightmare. Like, do you care what your teachers in middle school thought about you? That's kind of what it is. It's like your coworkers are the kids, but they're actually kind of not dicks. And then the teachers are all dicks in middle school. I don't care what a single fucking teacher of mine ever thought about me, because they were assholes. And the same thing with bosses. Mine, there's like 1 or 2 that weren't. But everyone, God, why? And again, they were obedient. They were popular. They're good bankers. They did the thing. They approved the loan. And they all ended up filing for bankruptcy, getting fired, some got investigated. But they did the popular thing. It isn't the right thing. What are some strategies you use not to give a fuck what others think? I look at everybody else and say, what a bunch of fucking losers. Like, legit. Now, maybe not a CPA firm. There's probably some hardworking men and women there. I go to Walmart. I go and look at what Democrats say about me. And not me necessarily, but people like me. Oh, you're hardworking, you're white, and you're male, and you're industrious. We hate you. Oh, you're a fascist. I look and I'm like, go fuck yourself. What's your life like? Oh, you divorced 3 times and you're piss poor with kids you can't afford and they're all half siblings? Go fuck yourself. I actually do look up people like in the past who are assholes to me, right? Not necessarily popular. Some were popular, so it doesn't matter. But they're just dicks. Fucking losers. Why? Because they did the popular. They're popular and they didn't have rich parents, and that's why their lives fucking suck. Yeah, I just go look at all the other people who are like, oh, you're a nerd. You are not popular. Oh, you're a Republican. You're a fascist back in the college in the 20-somethings. Oh, yeah? Oh, how is it? Oh, you divorced? No kidding. And your kids are all mentally ill. No kidding. Oh, the kids are getting the crap kicked out of them at the public schools you sent them to. Oh, that's just too. Oh, your property taxes went up, huh? Fuck you, Mr. Popular and Miss Popular. In other words, I guess one is to realize how popularity is a pointless, toxic cult religion that the majority of Americans worship at, but there's no value there. And then inevitably say, do you care what these people think about you? These obedient little sheep who go and spend $120 on a pair of pants because it has the right logo. It's popular. It's popular. Fuck those people. and if you want energy and fuel, though I don't know if it had, but these people actually think they're superior to other people who aren't the popular people because the not popular people, whatever, aren't doing the popular thing. Oh, you're not cheering on for popular team? You're not wearing popular shirt? Oh, you are. I actually think you're inferior, and I think we should commit violence against you because you don't agree with popular thing. You know, like Democrats are committing violence and they love Antifa. We're going to burn this city down. Fuck those people. So that's the strategy. Now, maybe you don't have the benefit. Maybe people treated you nice and with dignity and respect. All right. And that's but here's another question. Let's assume they're not total pricks and they've treated you kindly. What makes you think you know what they think? Oh my God, look, you got held back a year. So you got held back a year. So what? They don't hate you. You don't even know if they have an unfair opinion of you or an erroneous opinion of you. And here's another thing, another strategy, how not to care what other people think. What are you going to do about it? I guess what you can do is perform better, but you can't go up to them and convince them, I need you to think about me differently. Well, if that's a big concern to you, which frankly, it's never been to me, go out and perform more, perform better. And maybe accounting really isn't your thing, though I guess it is. I mean, you can't be passing these exams and have accounting not be your thing. You must have some competency for it. Go do something else that demonstrates value, right? A lot of people are highly impressed when I'm a ballroom dancer, you know, like, and the people see me dance. Oh my God, you dance! Like, yeah. I mean, I still don't care what they think. I mean, I'm not saying I don't appreciate the compliment. Oh my God, you're a really good dancer. Thank you. I appreciate that. But I'm not like, oh my God, do you think I'm a good dancer or not? You know, man, right now where you are, I wouldn't worry about it. You got energy for this? Focus on that fucking CPA exam. And if there's still some, I understand human envy, jealousy, retribution, whatever. You want to get back at them, get back at them. You know how you're going to do that? You go strike out on your own. You set up your own CPA firm. You start doing taxes. You make way more money and you work 30 hours a week from a beach remotely while they're stuck getting assistant reserve vice deputy director of regional sales. Oh, and then if you even care to go to a meetup or a reunion or whatever, a conference. So what are you doing? I sit on a beach. I live in Thailand or I live down in Galveston on the beach. I do taxes. What, really? That's it? Yeah, that's all I do. Well, what else do you do? I ride my motorcycle or I go fishing. You know why? Because here's the thing, man. Even though they're probably smarter than average bears, you know what they're doing? They're doing the popular thing. They're going for promotion. They're going for director. They're going for assistant vice president. Then I'm going to buy my thing. I'm going to get my loan. I'm going to get my car. And I'll be popular to impress other people. I'm going to live in Castle Rock and I have an extra small dick. And all of a sudden you strike out and do your own thing, whether you're better CPA or not. That isn't even, I did my thing and I do that. And then you'll stand out. You won't see this until you're at least in your late 30s, where you start to separate, where people realize doing the popular thing is not equivalent to value or happiness. And then all of a sudden there you are with your shitty ass truck or whatever, right? I mean, well, you got that piece of shit truck. And then the same bro, how do you do it? I don't know. I don't know if they ever figure it out. But, you know, there's one thing one thing I can say, I don't give a fuck what they think or if they figure it out. Not my problem, because I don't care to be popular. Did you face similarities during your banking career? Not really, no. I don't think my popularity ever came up. It was the fact that I kept showing them numbers like they ain't going to pay back that loan. Housing market's going to crash. It's not, I mean, I was made unpopular because of that, but I've never had like, no one ever complained about me, like interpersonal office relations. Like I was well liked, I guess respected maybe, but no one says, oh, you're acting kind of odd, or I wasn't invited to the Christmas party. There were no Christmas parties, but I guess as far as I knew, maybe I wasn't popular with a bunch of small needle dick community bankers. Oh, nosies. So no, I did not face similarities. I faced being unpopular in school, K through 12, because I was small and didn't have the right clothes. And then in college in my 20s because I wasn't a rabid Marxist Democrat in Minnesota. I'm also looking for motivation to move me forward in my career, specifically the CPA. Do you want motivation? How about death and starvation if you don't do it? Do you want to be poor? Where's it my responsibility to motivate you? So I'll give you some carrot and stick motivations. Here's the stick. If you don't do it, you're going to be poor, or you're going to be lower middle income, and your life is going to be harder than if you buckled, then you just, buckle down and do it. And it seems like you're doing it. Here's the carrot. Once you get your CPA, you could strike off on your own, become self-employed, working from a beach or from home, wherever you want, and have a much easier and better life than the average conformist, normie, conforming in fear. You go get my MBA, bro. Make promotion, bro. Work for Corpo, bro. Who gets to commute in some cold northern shithole where there's crime in the summer and black ice in the winter and the car crashes and 3 hours of commute and misery and high taxes. Is that enough of a carrot for you? Yeah, man. Stop caring what I'm trying to show you why you shouldn't care what other people think, because most people don't know what the fuck they're doing in their own lives except pursuing popularity, which has no ultimate purpose and goal at the end of it, except to be a conformist. So fuck them. Right? The second thing is you got an issue worried about what other people think about you to the point you resent people. What, did someone say something to you? Maybe I could understand it, but just better, more successful than you, and you hate them for it. The Democrat Party is right over there. I think you're making a mountain out of a molehill. Not purposely. I think you are way overestimating just not getting promoted in a year. Because you got promoted, right? There you go. Getting towards your CPA, right? Cool. Don't worry about it. And especially being judged by the Big Four in public accounting, no. I wouldn't give a shit what those corpos think about me. Vlad Elkins. Let me see if I can find Chad. He might, because he's an accountant. Oh, I got to shower. Vlad Elkins, the real Uncle Hector. Oh, yeah, Uncle Hector's in here. How's Clary doing right now? Is he having some problems? He's edging. What is edging? Am I edgy? All right. That's it. Link below, the world's greatest accounting career. You don't need it. You're already on your way. For those of you who just guys, I wish I had a philosophy book called Everyone Go, oh, that's what I do, kind of. It's not about being popular, but it's about being a conformist. Go get my book, Curse of the High IQ. I do have that link below. I'm not saying you're smarter or dumber than these people that you're in the field of, but the principles kind of apply the same. I would not worry about what people at Walmart who graduate with their associate's degree in travel and hospitality think of me. I'm not going to worry about the average American who is like an overweight, divorced 42-year-old who either is collecting child support and spending it on herself or has to pay child support because he chose the wrong gal, who has a bunch of shitbrat kids who all tend to think they have mental disorders because their parents don't spank them. I'm not whose excitement is, oh my God, the Green Bay Packers are playing. I'm not too concerned about those people, what they think about me. Oh my God, you didn't vote Democrat. You must hate black people. Yeah, I don't give a shit. Well, didn't Vance, Vice President Vance, says, frankly, I don't give a shit what you think. There's a guy. Follow him. He doesn't give a fuck. All right, that's it. Questions, answers, Asshole Consulting. I'll see you guys later. Toodles.